Hello, people of the interwebs. Ninja Midget here. This is going to be a complete disassembly of the Beretta M1934. Before I get to that, the reason I'm doing this video, I did not plan on doing one today, but just recently, Grant Thompson, the guy who is the one who started the King of Random YouTube channel, he just died recently. So I was watching some of the videos of him and some of the people talking about him, and they were always encouraging him to get off his butt and do things. Always saying, hey, get off your butt and go out and do something. So I decided I'd get off my butt and go and do something. So anyway, this is the M1934. It's a pistol from 1934. This one is dated 1942. Notice it's got that open slide design like the Beretta 92s have. It's a 380, chambered in 380. It's got a 7-round mag. Do a quick safety check here. Yep. Okay, now a quick field strip on this gun. It's a very simple gun to field strip. All you do is go ahead and put your safety in the back position so it catches the slide. Then you can go ahead and push the barrel back toward the back of the gun and lift it out. From there, you can just go ahead and ease the slide forward, and there's your field strip. The spring just falls right out, and there's your slide and your barrel and your frame. All good to go. So let's go ahead and work on the slide first. All we're going to need is a few tools. We're going to need maybe 3 sizes of punch and a screwdriver. And that's really all you should need to take this gun apart. Okay, so to take the slide down, the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is take out this pin that's holding the extractor in. This pin can be kind of tight. All of the pins on this gun were very tight. Seemed like it had not been serviced a great deal since it was made. According to the guy that I traded for this gun, he said this was a bringback from World War II, so it has no import marks on it. Obviously, the finish on it it's seen better days. I got this gun knowing that yeah, the finish is bad, and I want to reblue it, and I want to make it look nice again. There's that pin. Okay, and then you want to just hold your finger over the extractor. There's not a ton of spring tension on it, but you know, you don't want it jumping out on you. And that just comes out like that, and there's the spring in there. Now, I did record audio with this when I was recording it. I'm doing a voiceover because for some reason the audio didn't record as I thought it had. So this is a little bit better for me anyway. I can choose a quiet time. Okay, so now to get your firing pin out, that's just going to fall right out after you take that pin out, because the pin is holding your firing pin in. You just pull the spring off there, and that's your slide completely disassembled. Nothing more on that. You can tap out the rear sight, but it's unnecessary unless you're doing it for a specific reason. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and work on the frame. And start by taking your grips off. Just need a flathead screwdriver for that. And you notice the your safety and slide lock just falls right out. It was very loose in this gun. Your mileage may vary. Okay, now first things first, we're going to need to get a screwdriver to take this funny looking little screw out right there. Of course, helps to have the right size screwdriver. There it is. That unscrews. Okay, now first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to pull the trigger and drop your hammer. And then you're going to go ahead and just lift this piece straight out like this. Set that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and tap out this pin down here. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And that is the pin that's holding in your magazine release. So you let that go forward. And there is a spring in there that you want to be careful of. It can spring out on you. Oh, nope, there's another pin that needs to come out. That's right. I completely forgot about that pin. There it is. Okay, good. Okay, now you want to hold your finger over the release, over the mag release. And there's a little spring in there. I'll go ahead and dump it out here. A spring with a detent on the end of it. I'll show you where it was in the mag release. There, that detent down in there, that little hole is where that was riding. Now, on this, mine likes to come out by sliding it down like that. It didn't seem to want to come straight out. Your mileage may vary on that. Now, let's see, we'll go ahead and we'll take out the hammer pin. Should come out pretty easy. It was the trigger pin that gave me a real problem on this gun. It was really, really tight. So there we go, that one's going to come out. And the hammer doesn't come out after that, and that's because there's another pin that's hidden inside that little groove that I'm going to realize here in just a moment. That one right there. I'm going to need to tap that out. And I believe that's holding the top half of the sear. I believe that's actually a sear pin in there. So I'll give that a few taps, knock that on out. Almost there. And there it is. Now, when you pull this out, you should be able to go ahead and pull the hammer straight up and out. And there it is. There's your hammer. Now, your hammer, or excuse me, your sear is one piece with your hammer, strut, and spring. It's a really interesting design on this. You'll see when I pull this out. There I am knocking the camera around again. When I pull this out, you'll see that it's all one piece, and it's the sear and the hammer, strut, and hammer spring is all one piece sitting up in the gun. And there it is. This you can take apart. I have done it. It's a pain in the ass to get back together, so I advise not doing it unless you have a specific need to. Now, this piece I didn't think came out. That little hook there on the top. I was looking at that. Didn't look like it was going to come out. It falls out a little bit later in this video, so that I thought was pressed in, but apparently not on this gun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and tap out that trigger pin. Okay, and after a bunch of tapping, that piece comes out. There's that piece. And then, of course, we now have our trigger pin out. And there you go. Pull that punch out, and then your trigger is just going to slide straight back and out like this. Just wheel it around a little bit, lift it on out. Now this can come apart. There's a very strong spring inside here and a plunger down there. I've taken it apart before. It is a mother to get back in. So unless you need to take it apart, I suggest leaving it together. Just clean it as is, oil it back up, and you're good to go. And like I said, this can be taken apart. if you put it in a vise. No need to, unless there's a specific reason to take that apart. And that is the complete disassembly of the Beretta M1934. That's it. Thanks for watching.